I think it's pretty safe to say that by far, one of the big exciting elements of Episode 9 and the true driving force of the hype of this movie is of course the return of Palpatine and the fact that he's being portrayed by Ian McDiarmid once more, and how he's going to interact with the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in this story. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really great about Episode 9 is that this film is of course going to be adding in new mediums to the Star Wars franchise, and what I mean by this, of course, is that we're going to be getting things like, of course, flow walking, flash fights, all these different things that fans have never seen before in the Skywalker saga that will actually be pioneered by J.J. Abrams within the Star Wars universe. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this movie. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to be in a confrontation with Emperor Palpatine, where Sidious is explained to be standing in front of his throne, where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren have their lightsabers ignited. One of the sequences is said to even involve a moment in which Palpatine initiates a streak of Force lightning, where it collides into both Rey and Kylo Ren's sabers, where as they are blocking the attack by Palpatine, the environment around them begins to shapeshift into the world of Mustafar, where Vader's castle can be seen in the background. It's explained that this is a part of their flash fight against Palpatine, where it's said to be a mixture between a flashback and the flow walking technique, where as the fight continues, it's described that Palpatine is said to initiate the Force storm once again by raising his arms into the sky, which is described to tear a hole through space and time, where Palpatine is said to allow parts of the wreckage of the second Death Star to come through into their flash fight, where Rey and Kylo Ren have to dodge parts of the wreckage by performing intense moves to dodge the debris. It's explained that one of the sequences is actually said to involve a moment in which where Palpatine stops the Force storm, where he then begins to try and lure Rey to the dark side of the Force by telling her a specific truth about her parents and exactly who they really are and who she really is. This is described to upset Rey and put her through a phase of rage in the particular scene. So, let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 is that, yes, we will be getting in, of course, new mediums to the franchise that we have never seen before, kind of similar to what was done with Star Wars Rebels. A prime example is the worlds between worlds, right? Prior to that episode, we never saw anything like that in canon, at least, by Disney, and the fact that Dave Filoni basically introduced time travel was very intriguing. A lot of fans were either agreeing with it or not agreeing with it. It was kind of like time travel, but at the same exact time, it wasn't like the time travel that you see in a lot of the classic films. So, with that being said, when we look at Dave Filoni, the fact of how he introduced the worlds between worlds, we can vividly see that this is, of course, JJ's take on the worlds between worlds, where these flash fights or these force backs and or flow walking techniques are essentially just that, where in this particular scenario, between both Rey, Kylo Ren, and Palpatine, they are all said to be fighting against each other, where they are actually engaging in a flash fight, where Rey and Kylo Ren form an alliance in order to take down Palpatine once and for all, where Palpatine is said to use this ability in order to create a hole through space and time. He uses the Force Storm technique while being in the flash fight, which is said to allow him to literally throw in pieces of the second Death Star wreckage into that very given battle between the three characters, where as this all occurs, they're actually said to be on a simulation of the world of Mustafar, where Darth Vader's castle can be seen in the far distance. Now, what I like about that as well is that this is a great piece of nostalgia. You not only have Palpatine in the scene, but you also have the world of Mustafar, Darth Vader's castle from Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and of course you also have pieces of the Death Star making its way through the wormhole that's caused by, of course, Palpatine's Force Storm. In fact, we actually do get a glimpse of the Force Storm, by the way, in the teaser trailer number 2, where you do see a lot of the lightning in the sky traveling just above the Star Destroyers, so you guys may recall. That is actually Palpatine's Force Storm that is going to be used at a certain point in time in the third act of Episode 9. So, with that being said, this is all nice inspirational source material from Star Wars Legends, because in Legends, Palpatine used this ability, which was actually called the Force Storm, in front of both Luke and Leia in the Dark Empire comic line, and now they are essentially doing the same exact thing in The Rise of Skywalker to show us exactly how powerful Palpatine really is going to be in this movie by JJ, and what they're really trying to do in order to really give us a better understanding of how powerful the Force can really be. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to introduce what the Force can really do between both Rey, Kylo Ren, and Palpatine in this story by JJ. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.